tuning in to Bob Gonzo's Comics of the Roundtable. And once again, we got 4 great comics, 4 very talented comics, and they all have great stories to tell. First of all, we have Dave Durkin over here. Round of applause, Dave Durkin, who is the winner of the Bob Gonzo Comedy Contest 10 weeks in a row.
Wow.
So all the comics don't want him to come back, but he's won 10 weeks in a row. So he's giving everybody a break tomorrow, from what I understand. We have the Hodger over here, also on the Bob Gonzo Show, known as Guy Sci. He does this great Guy Sci thing. If you're a guy, you better listen. If you're a girl, it's necessary rules to live by. And, of course, we have Davin Rosenblatt, everybody. Davin has a lot of credits as such as producer, writer, comedian, owner of Side Splitting Productions, his radio show, very funny comic, blah, blah, blah. I hate long credits when they're too talented because I get jealous. And, of course, the very beautiful Randi Lupo, everybody.
Thanks for having me, Bob.
No, I love you. Every time you're on the show, everybody wants you back. So you're such a great guest. She also is the Randi Lupo Show, right? You have your own show, the Randi Lupo Show.
The Randi Lupo
You have your own room right here at Pat's Place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, once a month, Saturdays, right?
Once a month,
And this Saturday was sold out again, right?
Yeah.
And I do have to say, because we're going to lead into this, but I am noticing, I don't know if you guys are, the female comics are actually kind of getting prettier. And when I started, the hottest one was Moms Mabley. So I don't know if you remember, but Moms Mabley, Joan Rivers, Phyllis Diller, they were our girls that we had to, which is hence, so now, but
Joan wasn't unattractive. I mean, that was
no, she wasn't. It was her gimmick.
Shtick, but she wasn't.
But she really wasn't. But I think she got
better. She got better as she got older.
Ruth Buzzy.
Oh, and Ruth Buzzy, another beautiful girl. No, it was all, I don't want to mention names. No. But I mean, they're what is going on, do you guys think? Why are they getting prettier? Why do you think,
I think more and more women are getting into comedy.
It could be simply that. It's numbers.
It's just a numbers
In the old
game.
days, it was just guys. And then it was just girls who didn't have any good looks, so they figured they would make fun of themselves, and it worked.
Well, perhaps society's moved on from making the ugly girls feel bad, and now we're starting to make the pretty girls feel bad.
Yes,
so now they need to come to comedy.
And thank you for that.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
You're quite welcome.
Yes. And the reason why I brought up all these girls, Joan Rivers, of course, just died, and Robin Williams. How do you guys feel about that? Were were they your idols? Did you respect them? You love them? You like them? So we'll start with Dave. Go ahead,
Well, I'm trying to be funny, but what I thought was interesting with the Robin Williams, because I heard Richard Lewis was saying, hopefully this is a message, anyone who's going through this, to call someone when you're going,
Right.
But what whenever I call anyone now, it goes straight to voicemail. And it's like 2 weeks before anyone calls you back.
Before they get back, and you're dead by then.
There's probably like 50 messages out there from Robin Williams.
Yes.
You could always call me Dave Durkin.
You want to call her, yeah, that's right. So how do you feel about it?
About Robin or Joan?
Both of them. Both of them about,
Well, I mean, Robin, I admired him more as an actor.
Yeah.
Than as I did as a comedian. But I think what Robin Williams opened up to a lot of people is that even the people that you see on TV or in the clubs that you think have it all and really happy, they too could be suffering from depression. So I think that was, an eye-opener for society. As far as Joan's an icon.
Yeah.
Joan.
Yes, she is, yeah.
I mean, for anybody to say female comedians are not funny, you've never seen Joan Rivers.
That's right.
Because Joan Rivers could close any show.
Any show.
Chris Rock had stories about that himself. So, I mean, I really think we lost one of the best comedians ever in her.
Yeah, she was fun. She could do clean and dirty, and she could handle any kind of a heckler. Because, like I said, we were talking about hecklers last time. And she has, if anybody wants to really look up, the power of somebody, she really was phenomenal.
I mean, I respected them. I mean, only one of them was an actor, but they were both awesome comedians.
Yeah.
I've never had an unfunny moment with either one of them.
And Joan did do acting. That's the
right. That's right. She's not really known as the actor.
Yeah,
second.
Right. Second.
But she became known as this great comic. Yeah.
Where only one of them had the Oscar.
Yeah.
We know everybody forgets Joan from way back when, but same as everybody forgets Betty White from 1942 on Dumont.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I love Betty White. Okay, Randy.
I think death is always very, very sad.
I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean to bring it up in front of you.
I'm usually, very depressed myself, and
Can you call Dave?
I'm actually hoping that in their death there will be more openings for us. I'm so sorry.
You're going. We all move up a notch. You're going that route.
Yes.
All right. I
Yes,
guess
no,
you'll
I
be
think-
in Mrs. Doubtfire too.
Yes,
Looking forward to it.
no. I think it's very sad. You know what? I always also loved Robin Williams, but when I watched him, I always felt anxious.
He's very
that
exhausting.
constant frenetic
I couldn't watch his
motion
interviews.
made me like nuts, and I always thought, was there something wrong with me that guy is driving me fucking insane? It would like tap into my own craziness, and I wanted to kill myself, and it was like, I'm sorry, suicide is such a rough thing, but you know what? What are you gonna do? I just wish that mental illness wasn't such a stigma, and that going to a mental. The guy belonged in a mental hospital and being on medication and watched, and it should have been socially acceptable. It really should be acceptable that if you have an issue, you take care of it. If you had a heart attack, wouldn't you go to the hospital?
I'd walk it off.
Right.
You probably would, but you're retarded. But it's not. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't even know you. I'm sure. I meant
that's the right way to describe
Randy
it.
Davin.
I've been called worse, but yeah, that's an accurate one.
No, I mean, if you get rid of the stigma and you're able to function as a normal human being, you're like, hey, listen, I'm having a rough day. I'm going through a rough time.
Yeah.
When people are more willing to accept that, you're less likely to say, all right, you need to put somebody on a medication. You need to do this. These kids are a little too wired today. Let's
Yeah, I just think
Adderall all of them.
showbiz people are expected to be, certain things. Like if you're a comic, you're always expected to be happy. If you're an actress, always expected to be beautiful.
But Robin kind of fed into that a little bit because Robin really didn't give very many serious interviews.
Right,
Robin was always like jumping around and trying to improv.
Never gave a serious.
So people always just assume that's the way he was. I mean, that's kind of what Randy's saying. I was exhausted watching him. Like, dude, just chill. Give a regular interview. Let people inside. It was almost like he was manic depressive. It almost came across.
I think that's what it is. But the other truth about me is I thought they were both fabulous entertainers. They were, but can I be honest? I didn't know either one personally. I think it's a loss to the community. Am I sitting shiva for them? Am I davening? No.
Right.
No, but so death is a sad thing, but it happens to all of us. One day we're all gonna die.
Thank you for cheering me up.
Well, the important thing about celebrity death. There's an important thing about celebrity death. It gives everybody on Facebook something to post about.
Yes.
Because they all have to post like they knew this person.
Yeah, I don't know them personally. What am I going to give them a eulogy?
I'm glad you said it because that's the first time I ever heard somebody say it. Because I'll give you an example. A lot of people have called me up and said, "Did you go to the funeral and everything?" I said, "No, they weren't my personal friends."
Right.
I said, "I knew them, and actually, I did work with both of them." But the thing was, everybody starts telling you they were their best friend, and it is weird how all of a sudden everybody knows everybody. But and comedy's the hardest thing. So I want to ask you two, if comedy's not hard enough, and you have to do it 8 hours a day, and you have to, or I should say 24/7 type thing. You two guys, you have your own show, and you're doing all these other things. Why? Let's start with you, Davin. Why?
Comedy doesn't pay the bills like it used to pay.
Okay, that's the answer.
I mean,
right?
That's a very real. You know what? If I could just make a really good living
on just comedy,
maybe I wouldn't do these other things. But as soon
good. That's perfect.
But even when I started with you, a few years ago, let's say, I mean, even then the trend in comedy was you have to do other things, you have to act, because that was right when Seinfeld had the sitcom and everybody and Roseanne was getting the same. So you had to do other things, and I never became an actor or an actress. Never interested me. But the other aspects of comedy, whether it be producing shows or doing the radio thing, which is really my passion now, I do that. I actually enjoy the radio show as much as performing stand-up comedy.
Okay. Wow, yeah.
But the performance aspect of stand-up comedy is the only enjoyable part of stand-up comedy.
It is.
The business...
Business is the worst.
Business, you go, I understand why Robin and Joan felt the way they did. Because if you let comedy be your life, it's a sad existence.
Yeah.
Well, Joan didn't kill herself.
No.
Okay.
She didn't kill. But
Richard Jenny.
But Joan was very unhappy. If you listen, to Joan, she never felt good enough. Like with her looks, and her looks were. There was a sadness in her, and her medication was getting laughs.
Yes.
That's what it was.
It's all of them. Yeah.
That's what we all are. We all need to be accepted for whatever reason.
Well, me, I need avocado and raisin pound cake. That's otherwise,
Avocado and raisin pound cake?
Yeah, not together.
Oh,
But I'm
okay.
saying either one makes me a happy camper. That's what now, what about you? Why are you have your own TV show, you produce your own room, and Davin has his own company. Why? Isn't it hard enough? And
why do I do comedy? Is that the
no.
question?
Why are you doing this other stuff as well
Get
as
out
comedy?
of the business.
Why am I doing it? I think it's good to have different skill sets. I think that you don't know where you're going to take off,
Right,
and I think you can't put all your eggs in one basket.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah. Yeah, that is true because a lot of
and I do enjoy
yeah.
other things as well. I tend to get bored very easily, and I
okay.
have to do different things. And I'm getting.
got a
Could
phone call.
you
Go ahead,
feel
take
free
that.
to get? It's probably a bill
Take it. Go
collector
ahead.
because
Okay, we would love to hear what you're going to say. All right, now you two guys are newer. I ask this question every time, so. What is and I'm not going to ask Randy this one because I know her answer, so I'm going to ask her a different question.
Ask me anyway.
No, because I remember your answer last time. What is your best thing about comedy, your best gig and your worst gig so far? Because all comics have a great gig and a worst gig. What's yours, Dave?
Oh God, my worst gig. Well, I did a one-man show. This was years ago.
Right,
I was in it and I got back out and I got in recently, but
right. All right, stop right there. All right. Why did you get out of it? Why?
I was just burned out. I was not mentally right, and
Okay.
strangely, I kind of felt like I got my life in order when I got married and I adopted my son and whatever. And then that was when I got back into it.
Yeah.
And then, as you know, I've gotten now going through a divorce, so
Right.
it's now. But but it's actually fine now. I'm okay. But I probably would have been. Without the money and success, I would have been like Robin Williams if I'd kept at it back
Okay,
then.
there you
I
go.
was losing my mind. So I had to get out and.
Yeah. But now it's better now though, right?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah,
now I now I got my crap together somewhat.
Okay.
With the exception of the fact that my family's falling apart. But other than that, everything is fine.
Besides the fact you're getting divorced. Yeah.
But at the time, I did a one-man show. And I booked the room for a Thursday and Friday. Now, the Friday night went well. It was a good, solid crowd there. But the Thursday night, the only person that showed up was the girl that I was dating at the time. Oh. And about 3/4 of my act was sort of ripping into, I have this horrible girlfriend kind of thing. So I did an hour-long one-man show with just my girlfriend in the audience, and the show was all about her being a terrible girlfriend. Yeah.
And then she became an ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Now, was
Best
that
breakup
your
letter
best?
ever.
Was that,
Yeah.
That was my best.
now give me the worst.
Yeah, no. That was. That had to be my worst. I'd say.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough gig.
Your best?
My best, God. The worst. There's so many more worst.
I know.
ones. It's
You're
not
a
like
comic.
easy to
That's
think
it.
of
Yeah.
Best one.
Yeah.
You want to go with Dave's worst? First
Yeah,
and give
go
me
ahead.
a chance to think
Go
of
ahead.
my best.
Worst. Oh man. I'm trying to think of a worst because I like to think of all the negative things as a way to be more positive about it.
Good for you.
Because
that won't last. But good for you.
It's my own neurotic sense will make me just keep thinking. No, it's going to be good because of this. It's going to be good because of this.
That's great though. Good. Yeah.
That's why I love doing comedy because if I have an issue, I always find the lighter side of it.
Right.
And I'll figure out a way. I can fix. I can fix it in my own head, and I think it's the greatest thing ever, even though it might be the worst experience of my life.
Right. Yeah. So you didn't really even have one.
I've had a few, and then I think if I didn't block it out like that and put my own spin on it, I probably would have drank myself in or done something worse.
All right, for the veterans here, the two veterans, if you were to tell a comic now, Davin, that's just starting out, and they came to you and said, "Hey, Davin, you know what? I really want to do this." What would you say to them?
What would I say to them? I would say to them, do it because you enjoy it.
Yep.
Don't ever think about the money because chances are you're not going to make money.
Yeah.
If you get a sandwich, you're lucky.
Yes.
And kind of like what I said before, I mean, if you really get immersed in comedy, because I kind of got lost where comedy was my life.
Yeah.
And then you start to live and die with every gig.
Yes.
And every cancellation.
Yes.
And every new gig you get. So you're up and down. So, have something else in your life that you enjoy, whether it's your family, your kids, a hobby, a pet. have something else where you can get away from stand-up comedy and block it out and focus on that for a little bit, because it'll really help you keep you grounded and make you like a human being. Because if you just do comedy, pretty soon you can't relate to the general population, and you can become quite the bore to a lot of people.
Yes, all right. New comic coming to you today.
If new comic coming to me today, I would tell them, find your voice, be yourself on stage.
Good.
I would say your material will come later.
Right.
I would say the most important thing is to be who you are.
Right.
And just get up there and just even introduce yourself and tell a little bit about your life. I felt like in the beginning I got trapped in material, and if I could be totally honest, I sucked in the beginning.
Everybody sucked in the beginning.
I sucked in the beginning. I was like, hello, I am Randi Lupo. I will now proceed to tell you some funny jokes.
No,
It's like that is not funny. You got to be who you are. And the reason you got into comedy is because there was something funny about you. And that's what you have to bring to the stage.
Right.
That's what you have to bring to the stage. That's what I would tell a new comic. And I love the advice that Davin gave too. That is excellent. Although it's such a double-edged sword, because if you don't eat, drink, live comedy, then it's kind of hard to make it.
We do it because we want to get ahead. Because you know what, if you're a motivated person, if you're not motivated, you're not going to get anywhere in comedy. Right. You feel like, well, I could play video games or go do coffee, or I could work on comedy. If I'm not working on comedy, somebody's hungrier and getting ahead of me and everything. And that's what you want to do. And I still struggle with that. Sometimes to the point where I'm lazy. But at other points, like, I really need to rest, but I need to be making some phone calls, trying to get some gigs, trying to book something and everything. But it really is, like, I used to fight with my girlfriend at the time, my wife now. Like, if I had a bad set, I would bring that home with me, and not I didn't Ray Rice her or anything like that. But we would get in stupid arguments, and it was my fault because I was being, for lack of a better word, a douche. Because I didn't have a good set. I was angry at myself. I was angry at the audience. I was angry at the booker. Whatever the hell it was, I was angry.
Right.
Instead of just getting in the car, letting it go. I mean, still today, if I have a bad set, I still don't sleep well.
Right. Yeah.
And that stinks.
Yeah,
I mean, we really should be able to.
Right.
But I mean, I guess if you love your job, and you take pride in what you do, whether you're a train conductor or work at McDonald's or a comedian, a bad day is gonna come home with you.
Yeah, it will. Now, what do you do? To get ready for a show? It's 20 minutes before the show. What psychs you up? Because doing comedy all the time, it is the hardest job in the world. It's different every night. What do you do to get psyched to be the best, the funniest that night?
I go like this. I trigger my self-confidence. I'm pre-planned. I do this. I do my Wonder Woman poses in the stalls of the bathroom, because lots of
I've seen you do that.
No
I
green
have.
rooms.
Is that what you really do? That's
when
why?
you see my hands above the stall, I'm
I
doing
love it.
my
I've
Wonder
seen her
Woman
do
pose.
that. I go, what is
Why
she doing?
are you in the store?
Yeah, I was
of the women's bathroom? Okay.
Because the men's bathrooms won't have her.
And what about you?
I used to jump around and shadow box in my younger, more energetic days. Now I really don't do anything. I mean, I mean, there's been times where I've driven 15 hours, and I've had to hop right on the stage. That is not ideal.
No.
But I really don't do anything to say, you know what, I'm going to feed off the energy of the audience. If the audience is good, it's going to help carry me, and I'm going to give a better show.
Right.
If they stink, I'm just going to have to channel it from the inside and not zone it out. But there's nothing I do specifically. I'm not like, you can't talk to me. I'm like I can't eat. Because a lot of comics are, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to eat. I can't watch the other comic. I don't really have a thing, which I guess is good, because then I can't get thrown if I don't get to do my
something
thing.
doesn't happen. Because I've been doing this for a long time, and I work, and whether they're big comics or just starting out, it is weird that some people I have. I'll give you an example. I won't say his name. He lost his jacket, and he's a phenomenal comic. Does great all the time. Love the guy, but it was weird to see how that did set him off.
And that's so much comics, because we're always inside our head.
Yeah, and all the superstitions, like I have certain comics that have to do certain things, and they say, Gonzo, I can't, I have to do this first. And I'm like, well, you can't right now. And then and it is hard. So it's good to be like you, so you don't have anything, so you're not messed up.
I can't be the only one like me, though. I mean,
no, there's others, but I'm saying that's
because we hung out right before, and then one of us gets called on stage.
Yes.
I've never noticed you having any particular.
I don't have any, but I don't.
I mean, you like a good buffet, but
no, of course he does. He paces back and forth, back and forth.
You know what? All right, then that's a thing.
And he's talking to himself, and he's like, and you can't.
What are you doing
for lack of anybody else talking to me? I'm asking questions, nobody's answering.
Are you doing that to psych yourself up, or just you don't realize?
I've seen him psych himself up.
It's energy, and it is. Yeah, it is an energy. You're very good. I love you. You're right. It is energy, and it is me saying these people deserve it. These people, I don't want. I have to do good. The owner trusts me. The booker trusts me. I'm always saying that, and I'm always, and I do that. I do say, and I always make like I was on already, and that's what I do when I pace too. I go, I wish I did better, and I'm always saying in my head, I wish I did better. So you know what? If I could go up again, and then.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then they go, ladies down Bobby Gonzo, and I go up, making like, and then that's why I that's what my style is. I always
interesting.
Yes. Now, what about you? Superstitions?
Superstitions. I mean, I not only just pace. Sometimes I like to just walk outside and just leave whatever establishment I'm in because I'm like, all right. And I psych myself out. I freak myself out. I'm like, all right, I need to get some fresh air. I got to run out of here right now. Right. And I go and I'm like, why am I out here? I got to get back inside and remember what I'm doing here. Focus. Okay. All right, ready to go. Hey, what's up, Dave? Hey. I'll pull one in there. Dave usually sees me do this. I'm walking out next thing you know, I'm walking back. What's up, Dave?
Right. And all right, this is a two-part question. What I'm going to ask you, what is your best venue to do, whether it's a theater, bar, Elks Club, fire, like I'm going to ask you about, and plus about dressing. What is the dress code? Is it the same for every venue, or is it going to be different according to what you do? Does it make you feel better? Does it, does it make you stronger, or does it really matter? Dave, we're going to go with you first. First, with best venue. Like, what kind of venues do you like is what I'm saying, yeah.
What kind, or a specific name?
No, what kind? No, what kind? Like, do you like theaters? Do you like clubs? Do you like bars? Do you like American Legions?
I like. Well, I don't want to say bar. I don't like
Big
a bar
crowd,
where they're
small,
at the bar, but you know where it's kind of like tables and things up front. Yeah, I mean sometimes you do the bar shows where you're competing with the Yankee game, and those I don't like. But something where it's kind of a smaller and a few tables, few chair people up front watching.
And what about dress code? Do you dress the same all the time? What do you?
I sometimes change, but I don't know if I do for different venues. I think it's just kind of my mood. I mean, sometimes it's just I wear what I wear at my day job, which is kind of like the way I'm dressed now. And then sometimes I'll wear like shorts and a t-shirt kind of thing. I've never been like a suit kind of comic.
No, that's me neither.
Of course, I've never played a place where they would ask me to wear a suit and tie either. Though, so
no, I've had to play suit and ties, and I've not done very well. It's just my style is the white sneakers and the dressing down thing, and I have the energy. But go ahead. Best venues. What kind of venues?
Best venue. Somewhere that's specific to having, like he said, a bar.
Yeah.
The bar shows aren't really good.
Right.
But if you have a bar where you have a stage where people actually are used to being there performing.
Right.
The Whiskey has a stage
smaller
for people
crowds,
to be at. There's some places that you just walk in and some guy has a piece of plywood and it's like, this is the stage today.
Right.
And it's like, okay.
Right.
Some of them, very few of them are as good as others, but
right.
Some of them, it's like.
And what about clothes? How do you dress?
I prefer to have a t-shirt and jeans.
Okay.
So I feel relaxed.
Davin, kind of venues.
What I think that I consistently have the most fun in, not that they're necessarily the quote-unquote best venues.
Yeah.
A small town firehouse where they don't get a lot of entertainment, and you get 150, 300 people out, and they've been waiting for months for this because they're just so appreciative, and you can pretty much do anything you want with them, and as long as they have my demographic is blue collar,
right.
But educated, where they read the paper, where what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's why, a lot of those places are in Pennsylvania and everything.
Yeah.
And I just dig them. Not that I don't like clubs and other venues and all.
Yeah.
But, a good firehouse gig is a lot of fun.
I agree, too. I love them. Yeah. And what about clothes?
Oh, geez, that's evolved over the years.
Right.
I mean, when I started, I was wearing Dockers and dress shirts and everything.
I remember, yeah.
And now and then I got a little bit more casual with jeans and sometimes a nice shirt. Yep. But I'll even wear a cowboy hat and a bandana and my cowboy boots.
Yep.
A lot of times now I've stopped wearing. I'm not going to wear a cowboy hat for a corporate function.
Right. Yeah.
But
the do-rag,
I won't wear that for the corporate function either. But a lot of times it's really just what I grab.
It's like, okay.
There's not that much. I wish I could say, well, I really put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah.
But I don't. But even the cowboy hat thing with the do-rag and all,
yeah.
I make sure it looks put together. I don't want to look like, I don't want to look like I'm wearing shorts and a dirty T-shirt and I don't give a darn.
Right, yeah.
Because then the audience gets that impression and I don't want them to get that impression.
Yeah, and the whole thing is the audience, they have to love you right off the bat. They got to love you. All right, best kind of venue. What do you like?
Lately, I love performing in my doctor's offices. I do the best work there.
Yes,
I'm always well received.
Yeah.
I pick on all the staff, and they seem to love it. And I basically like venues where the chairs are facing the stage.
Yes.
Not that I can't deal with people not facing the stage because I call them right out on it. But I obviously I love a great comedy club because it's set up for that. People are there to laugh. But again, like what Davin said, there's certain venues that are just so much fun. Like when I did Andy's New York, it was in like a hotel up there that they only get comedy there twice a year.
Wow.
And they are more than thrilled. It was such a great evening. These people, they loved it. They come to you after. They're so happy you were there. And it makes their
about.
night, and you feel great afterwards. You want to make people happy. You want to see people enjoying themselves. Otherwise, what are we doing this for?
I'm doing it for free pound cake.
Pound cake is delicious. I don't deny that.
Now, I shouldn't ask a girl this, but does clothes matter to you?
Does clothes matter to me? I generally, when I'm on stage, I always like to look like I'm going to a funeral. I generally wear black and black
and you do.
and more black. Today, I'm actually wearing orange. I don't know what got into me.
You have color. It's the first time I've never seen you not wear black, so I didn't know if something bad happened to you.
Now I'm
Are you okay?
Yes, when I wear colors, that's when you really have to. I'm actually trying to incorporate more colors. I just feel self-conscious in colors. I think black hides a multitude of sins.
Yes,
it's
it does.
But I'm working on it. I generally.
But you always look beautiful because what I'm saying.
That's so nice of you.
Like Davin said, it's whatever, and they have their things. But I do tend to notice girls really do. They do their makeup. As a matter of fact, a lot of times when I work a lot of the girl comics, they'll go, oh, wait a minute, one more minute, and then they go in the bathroom and they don't come out for 2 hours because they are putting on their makeup. They are fixing themselves
up. They
up.
used to say that worked against you, that you should be yourself. But, but I grew up very differently. I grew up in a house where my mother never believed in natural beauty. When I was 4 years old, I had to come to the dinner table with lipstick on.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's different.
All right. Well, you always look beautiful, so I didn't know if it was like a ritual or something you were trained to do. Or
I feel the same about you.
You're the John Benet Ramsey of comedy.
I think I learned that from you. Look your best. Always.
That's right. I always have my hair combed, and I always try to look good. I wear a crooked tie once in a while. That's my style.
Yeah, and I used to wear the ties to try to be like you, but then I heard they weren't very feminine, so I stopped
they weren't.
No,
works for Ellen DeGeneres.
Right.
Yeah, and it does. She's amazing, but everybody has their own style.
Now, do you wear dresses a lot? I know the answer, but they don't know who you are.
Okay, no, I don't. No,
what do you mean they don't know who they? Maybe she.
No, I can't millions of people. That did come out wrong.
It's my people watching this show.
I meant for the people who don't know you. That is funny. I came out wrong. We'll start again. See, I never could relate to a girl ever, which is why I'm always single and I'm not really.
I understand.
I
understand, Bob.
For the people who do not know you, dresses.
No, I don't wear
pants.
Dresses because in general I don't wear dresses on a daily basis. So when I'm on stage, I want to feel comfortable.
Right.
So if I'm going to come out in an evening gown, it's not going to seem natural to me.
Yeah.
And I'll end up tripping all over myself, which could be funny in and of itself. And now that you mention it, maybe I'll start to wear evening gowns. Maybe it will add something.
It will.
Up till this point, I don't.
It will.
I don't.
All right. I don't know if our producer is telling us.
Randi Lupo.
Do we have time, Mr. Producer, Pat Marucki, or are we done? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I had 40 other questions. This is just starting to get good. I want to thank my 4 comics. Very funny, very talented. Go see them, go see them, go see them. Real fast in one line, where are they going to see you next?
Reds, Thursday, October 2nd.
Oh, I know that place. Okay.
Allentown, October 11th. We're doing our live radio show. They're going to have live comedy.
Beautiful.
I'm going to be performing. Joe Curry's going to be performing. Going to play games from the radio show. Allentown Brewworks.
I love it.
Give me a second.
She's looking. Dave, go ahead.
I'm going to be at Mara's on October 10th.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
Plus my standing whiskey gigs coming
up. Every Tuesday? Yes.
And actually this Friday at the Whiskey again.
Oh, that's right. Kelly Shannon.
Yes.
Yeah, we love her. I will be at any restaurant eating food. Quiznos, Wendy's. Yeah,
I'll be at City Streets Cafe this Saturday night with Coleman Green, 9:30 in East Windsor.
Great show. All right, everybody. Once again, I'm sorry. It just seems like we don't have enough time. We're going to have them all back on our show to finish the conversation. I love you all. God bless. Good night. Thank you, Pat Marucki. See you guys later. I love you all.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lisa Dascoli.
And I'm Annie Weiss.
Tune in to Talk of the Town on BroadbandBoxOffice.com.
The second Tuesday of every month at 7 p.m.
And like us on Facebook and leave us your comments.
Hi, I'm Randi Lupo, host of The Randi Lupo Show on Broadband Box Office. Wait, is that a tongue twister or an alliteration? Come meet my favorite people, comedians, actors, writers, spiritual people, and everyone in between. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Hello, this is Dr. Barry Prostowski. I invite you to watch Courageous Doctors, an exciting news show on Broadband Box Office about how healthcare is affecting you today.
Hi, my name is Tom Ragu of the Tom Ragu Sit Down Comedy Show. You can listen to us at the Broadband Box Office, and for more information, please visit www.tomragu.com/podcast.
I'm Lou Cicenia.
And I am Daisy. And check us out at the Greater Jersey Buzz.
At BroadbandBoxOffice.com. BroadbandBoxOffice.com. Remember that. The finest talent in the world are on these microphones every month. I kid you not.
Yes, we will have a variety of different guests ranging from comedians, entertainers, singers, politicians, you name it. We're going to bring it to you with light conversation, a lot of information, but most of all, a lot of fun. Check us out at the Greater Jersey Buzz.
And you'll see Daisy, too.
And you'll see Lou.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Bob Gonzo of The Bob Gonzo Show. And I'm here to introduce The Bob Gonzo Show to you. Watch The Bob Gonzo Show on ComedyMondays.com and iTunes. Once again, ComedyMondays.com and iTunes. Watch it live, or you can watch it on the archives, which means you can watch it forever. Bob Gonzo is the greatest show on the internet right now. It's the funniest, it's the sweetest, it's endearing. We have stand-up comics, we have bands, we have actors, we have people in the fashion industry. We have everything you need. So once again, the Bob Gonzo Show, the greatest show in the world. And if you watch it, you will become a better and happier and sweeter person. You. Watch the Bob Gonzo Show, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's the Mark Daisy Show, filled with gifts, fun, and surprises, and $20,000 in cash for every viewer. Well, maybe not. But we do talk about stuff and things that you might want to think about after, before, and during the show. it's engaging, at least. So come by, won't you? We're here at Facebook, on iTunes. We broadcast from VK Media right here on the East Coast, and we're part of broadbandboxoffice.com. Check us out. Come by, like us, do what you can, spend some time, take some time off, sit down, have a viewing. It's happening. It's now. It's controversial, or maybe not. But we could use a couple of more viewers, maybe starting with you. Won't you?